Good morning, Fort Worth. It is 27 January. You found the Fort Worth Roots morning show. This is meant to be a 20 to 30 minute long episode. Get you ready for your work day. This Monday episode coming to you without a co-host today. If you are a business owner, a musician, an author, anybody that's creating something inside the Fort Worth area, we'd love to have you on as a co-host. Hit us up, media@fortworthroots.com. We do usually have a co-host, but it's early. It's real early, and that's a problem for some people. Let's get into the weather. We've got thunderstorms in the forecast. Monday, today, 54 for a high, 42 degrees for a low. Tomorrow, Tuesday, 58 for a high, 49 for a low. Wednesday, 58 for a high, 56 for a low. Not much of a range there because it's going to be cloudy. There's going to be thunderstorms, 82% chance of rain. And then Thursday, 66 for a high, 46 for a low. It says AM rain showers, 100% chance. Friday, looking sunny again, 66 for a high, 39 for a low. And then moving into this weekend, Saturday, 68, 46 for a low. And then Sunday, 75 and 47 for a low. I think we're going to start warming up. I feel it. Winter's over, man. Hope y'all enjoyed that one little snowstorm that we got, because that is probably going to be it. We've got some segments in our show today, like every morning. We record at 7 a.m. at a place called Hoppin. It's a self-serve tap wall room with a cocktail bar, and it's a pretty badass little spot. It's right down the street from Doc's Records on Weisenberger Street. So if you guys haven't checked it out yet, this is the last week that you guys can come in here with your food receipt, bring in any food receipt, and get $10 off your tab. It's a pretty damn good deal. Tonight's industry night, so you also get 25% off the tabs. THC seltzers, craft beers, wine, all that good stuff. And a big thank you to the owners, Michael and Holly, right here in our Fort Worth area with us, for allowing us to do the morning show here at Hoppin. It's been a hell of a ride. We started this thing, 3 months back, and it's been a lot of fun. It's picked up a lot of attention, still a lot of attention right here in the Fort Worth area, but then we've also got looky-loos from outside the country. And if you are one of those folks that aren't local, we'd love to hear from you. media@fortworthroots.com is our email. Tell us how you found our show and what you like about Fort Worth Roots being so far away. It's strange to me. I love it, but why? Let me know. All right, so our first segment today is National Day of. These get sillier every time we read them off. Today is January 27th, Tax Identity Theft Week, Auschwitz Liberation Day, Better Business Communication Day, Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day. We always click on one of these stupid National Day ofs, so I'm going to click on Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day because it's one of the silliest little things that brings us joy, right? If bubble wrap makes you think about the exquisite joy of popping noises or perhaps just moving to a new apartment, you're already a fan. Show your bubble love on Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day, January 27th, which America proudly celebrates on this last Monday in January. How did this bubblicious holiday begin? A radio station once inadvertently unwrapped microphones on the air, and listeners loved it. The rest is bubble history. So get popping. There you go. There's your National Day of for today. Moving on, we've got this day in history. Let's see if we can get this thing to load correctly. There we go. January 27th in 1888. And this was surprising to me because, 1888, National Geographic was founded. Didn't realize they were that old. Having gathered together for the first time 2 weeks previously, the 33 founders, mostly scientists, explorers, and wealthy travelers, incorporate the National Geographic Society to promote geographical knowledge. Their magazine will begin publishing 9 months later. 1944, Siege of Leningrad was lifted. Let's Let's see what this is about. In 1944, a Soviet offensive pushes German troops from the southern border of Leningrad, breaking the devastating military blockade on the city 872 days after it had begun. Surviving residents of Leningrad have endured a stranglehold on their city that cost the lives of roughly 1 million of their neighbors and defenders. 1996, Auschwitz Liberation Remembered, and then in 2003, hip-hop single preserved. Grandmaster Flash's The Message preserved for history. The newly created National Recording Preservation Board announces that 50 audio recordings are to be preserved in the Library of Congress for the National Recording Registry. The Message, a 1982 rap single by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, is inducted alongside recordings Stravinsky, Bessie Smith, FDR, and others. And there you go. A big shout out to everybody that made it to Tulips last night. We had the Fort Worth Weekly's Music Awards. Happens every year around this time. And it's an opportunity for everybody inside the Fort Worth music community to get together and just be in one space. Last year they did it at the Ridgely Theater. It's a massive room. Plenty of wiggle room, lots of space. And last night was different. Last night was at Tulips, which is cool, and the sound was better, and it was a little more metal, Everybody all crammed in there, and no way to really view the stage for short people like me. I stand at 5'8", and I got stuck behind a row of monsters. Some of the people in our music community are very tall. Anyway, it was a great night. I got to see a lot of really dear friends and people that have helped Fort Worth Roots along in their journey, and our journey, my journey, whatever you want to call it. And it was a lot of fun. So if you came out last night, thanks for being there. Congratulations to the winners of the award show last night. And special shout out to oh crap, I'm blanking. Damn it. Well, yeah, we might have to just skip right on over that. Yeah, we're going to skip that. Sorry. Our musicians on stage, JOE was up there, and that was a treat. And I don't have a lot else to say about the music awards show. It was cramped, got hot, drink prices were high, but it was fun. Got to see some cool people. Onward, time for our new segments of the day. Tarrant, soot levels exceed new federal limits. Here's how that affects residents and industry. Tarrant is one of 4 Texas counties that could see stricter enforcement of air quality laws and more regulation of pollution sources under Environmental Protection Agency regulations, announced last year. Per the law, states are required to document whether or not counties meet the EPA soot standards by February 7th. The standard was lowered from 12 micrograms per cubic meter to 9 micrograms. November 26, a memorandum from the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality says Tarrant and Dallas counties are in violation of those limits. If North Texas fails to see improvements, this could mean more regulation and potentially fines for industries that produce soot. Moving on. By the way, this is on the Fort Worth Report, and the story is by Nicole Lopez. And there's a picture of a concrete mixer truck. Why? Why would there be a concrete mixer truck? Why are those responsible for debris in the air? If you've ever stood outside of one of the plants that load those trucks, there's a giant stack, a big silo. And out of the top of that thing, it's not supposed to happen, but it happens every day. They'll have plumes of fly ash and concrete, cement dust just flying out of the top of that thing. And where does it go? Well, it travels with the wind into your neighborhoods, settles on your vegetation, on your house, on your car, and remains in the air for a time. And then you get to breathe it in. And these concrete plants are located all over the place. So, cheers. And there's a special lobbyist group that makes it possible for them to continue business. Soot is emitted through a variety of sources, predominantly stemming from burning coal, manufacturing, power, or concrete batch plants, oil refineries, and motor vehicles. According to the EPA, soot is released into the air as extremely small particles or liquid droplets. Trying to find some interesting pieces for you. Here's that lobby group I was talking about. The EPA continues to unilaterally lower air quality standards to limit growth in production, rather than basing those standards on public health protection, said Texas Aggregates and Concrete Associate spokesperson Matt Arnold. Like to see the size of his paycheck. Concrete batch plants represented by TACA have always strived to provide essential natural resources to support Texas growth while keeping the environment in mind, said Arnold. I don't think they give a good goddamn about the environment, but it is important to note that everything we build has concrete. Everywhere you go, every street you drive on, every roadway, every building, we've got to have concrete. But do these people really get up at midnight to go pour a roadway with essential, how did they say it? Just support Texas growth while environment in mind, keeping environment in mind. I don't think so. I think that's a line of shit. Kevin, Executive Vice President of Compliance and Operations at National Ready Mix Concrete Association, says concrete batch plants are often misrepresented regarding air emissions. I don't know. You could stand outside of one and see it for yourself. So, misrepresented or not, it's not difficult to see the shit going into the air. Bob on business. Fort Worth office market continues flight to quality as construction begins in 2025. Bob Francis wrote this one, and he gets really into the weeds sometimes. I like his articles, but also from fortworthreport.org. Let's see here. Wanted to see if they had anything pertaining to new business. In the fourth quarter of 2024, there were a dozen new leases for spaces over 10,000 square feet, which is one of the strongest quarters by total size and deal count over the past 2 years, according to JLL's report. Talking about Fort Worth there. Here we go. The Fort Worth office market did move closer to positive net absorption in 2024, which means the amount of office space leased is larger than the amount of space vacated. Class A properties, in particular, ended the year with positive absorption, but not enough to offset the losses from Class B properties. You see what I mean? It gets kind of into the weeds. Hard for a simpleton like me to really grasp. Over 400,000 square feet of trophy class space is scheduled to break ground in 2025 across 3 mixed-use properties in Fort Worth's West 7th and Cultural District area, he said. Y'all have seen some of the construction going on over there. West 7th, old warehouses getting broke down. And anyway, more growth, more buildings, more businesses. Made in Tarrant. This was a cool story. Whoa, partner, USCowboy.com has saddled up in Fort Worth. This one was also by Bob Francis on the fortworthreport.org. Here we go. One item Chief Content Officer Brett Nierengarten had at the top of his launch list for Fort Worth-based USCowboy.com was to make sure the new media company aimed at enthusiasts of Western sports and cowboy culture made its debut during the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. That was important. This is a key audience for us, he said. Nierengarten was previously editor-in-chief at the Cowboy Channel in Fort Worth. Let's see here. Here's Bob and Brett talking. Bob Francis, tell us about USCowboy.com. Brett Nierengarten. USCowboy.com is a digital media platform focused on a mix of written video and audio content. We'll be offering live stream events along with the day-to-day news of the Professional Bull Riders Association and Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, along with other stories about the sport and its athletes. There are some sites out there that have some information, but not all of it together. Francis, how about social media? Nierengarten USCowboy.com has also launched new social media extensions across all major platforms. Anyway, long story short, because I read this earlier, they are going to be officing out of Fort Worth, but they do not yet have a building. And Brett Nierengarten says that they will have one shortly. So, very cool. You can read on at fortworthreport.org to get the rest of those details. And let's go to space news, our last segment of the day. This was cool, and I found a interesting parallel, or just something that popped into my head. I think it's important to recognize that whenever a business makes a step in the right direction, or maybe not even the right direction, when somebody else is caught doing something, other people pay attention, and they start doing it too. China embraces commercial participation in moon mission for the first time. And of course, I'm talking about Elon Musk and the U.S. government working together on space. Well, now China's doing it. And I don't think they'd be doing this if it wasn't for old Elon Musk sending rockets into space, blowing stuff up, making a big damn mess. Helsinki, China's space agency, has accepted the participation of a commercial space company in a lunar exploration mission for the first time, in a move which may foreshadow greater commercial lunar activity. Startup Vision Aerospace Group Limited, engaged in areas including satellite design, intelligent satellite platforms, and AI data analysis, will team up with Xinjiang University and the Middle East Technical University to develop two 5-kilogram lunar surface micro-exploration robots. The project has been selected for China's Chang'e 8 mission, which is scheduled for launch in 2028 on a Long March 5 rocket. Okay, the story continues, but what's cool is that private industry, or commercial, is partnering up with more government agencies in order to make more moves in space. So I just thought that was pretty cool. The name I was trying to think of earlier was Max Cusin, and I haven't even gotten through one cup of coffee this morning. So anyway, Max Cusin killed it last night at the Fort Worth Weekly Music Awards, and so did a bunch of other incredible artists. But I've gotten to watch Max perform over the last 3 to 4 years, and just watching him develop as an artist has been a lot of fun. And it's also great to see a young artist moving into the space, wall to wall last night. It's people in their, late 30s to late 60s. And that's the Fort Worth music scene. So we need more Max Cusins. Anyway, good job, Max. That was incredible. Good job to all the artists last night that got on stage and did something incredible. And we got to keep it going. Places are shutting down. You've got all the music venues around town really struggling. And some of the places that still have stages that are remaining open are ripping all those stages out of their venues. I'm talking about places like Fred's and apparently Heim Barbecue. Some of that might be due to remodeling. But the more I talk to businesses here in the Fort Worth area, I'm finding out that they don't want to have live music at their place anymore because it doesn't make sense financially. So there's going to have to be a bridge here in between how we're operating as a music community and whether or not we want to see these venues survive at all. Because there might be a way that we can help those places out without cutting our own throats to just keep them alive. Because the Fort Worth music scene is in deep shit. And I don't know if you guys see it or not, but it's happening fast. Pretty soon we'll only be doing house parties. So, hey, if you like house parties and you hate going out to businesses and being part of the community, then let's just do that. Let's just do house parties. All right, no doom and gloom. Everything's great. Last night was wonderful. Again, thank you to everybody that came out for that. And thank you to everybody that came out Saturday. We partnered with Plug Hub to have a food park pretty much just outside of Hoppin, and it was badass. If you guys missed it, don't worry. We're going to do that again for sure. But it was a lot of fun. People braved the cold a little bit, got their food, came inside to Hoppin, enjoyed the tap wall. It was cool. So this Tuesday, we're going to be out at McFly's Pub, and we're going to have the McGrath Project. We do this every Tuesday out at McFly's. And I'm trying to incorporate some cool stuff for you guys to get you out there, but I want you to be part of it. We put an audience microphone up so that you guys can interact with the band while we're interviewing them. And then after the interview's done, the very end of it, I open up the microphone and I let everybody know, hey, if you're in the audience and you got a business, a side gig, you're a musician, you got a residency, or you got a gig coming up, you're an author with a book, whatever it is. If you got something to promote, the microphone is there. Step right up, and we'll include it in that week's recording. So McGrath Project, and you can find the details on our Facebook event that we got put up, but it's going to be an album release party. It's going to be a lot of fun. We hope you guys can make it out. Fort Worth Roots is also going to buy your third drink. There's going to be some stipulations there. I don't want you buying the cheapest thing on the menu and then taxing my ass for a $20 drink. So, but anyway, third drink's on Fort Worth Roots, and we'll probably do something like, it can't be more expensive than your last two drinks or something like that, just to keep the thing sane. And I might have to cap it at a certain amount. But anyway, come on out. I'm just spitballing ideas here. We've also got Money Gun. I was talking to Megan last night, and we bought this Money Gun for Christmas as a surprise for one of the kiddos' Christmas presents. When he opened it up, inside the box was a rock. And he's like, oh, cool, a rock. I've always wanted a rock. And he's actually trying to really sell it, showing gratitude and appreciation, which was adorable. But then Megan pulled out the Money Gun and just hit him with 51s. So it was fun. Anyway, we still got that Money Gun, and I'm thinking about using it at our Tuesday night shows. Whatever it takes, man. We want it to be a rad little Tuesday night party for our guests and for you guys to come out and enjoy. So, and we're always looking for ideas, So if you guys have a cool idea, please let us know. But come out. We're going to do a raffle. We do a cash prize giveaway. Third drinks on Fort Worth Roots. And we'll keep coming up with ideas until you show up. But we'd love to have you out there. So, all right. And then this week here at Hoppin is Casamigas and Margaritas on Thursday. $6 Casamigas, Margaritas, and $2 Modelo's. And then Cousins Lobster Food Truck is going to be out here Friday. If y'all haven't had that yet, it's pretty excellent. It's a rare treat if you haven't had it. But that will be out here at Hoppin, right down the street from Doc's Records on Weisenberger. And, of course, guys, man, we're just here as a community connector. We just want to help get the word out about what you got going on. So if it's easier for you, just call us, 817-988-1292. Leave a voicemail. We'll play it on the show. Sometimes I provide you guys with examples, like this is what a voicemail sounds like, and this is what it sounds like if you email us an audio file. The audio file that you email us sounds a lot better. It's media@fortworthroots.com. And you can just record, hey, this is Andrew, this weekend, out at Hoppin, we got a blah, blah, blah. And then send that to me as an MP3 file or WAV. It doesn't really matter. I can take just about any format. You can email me, and then I'll play it on the show. And it sounds great. So let us help you. Help me help you. All right, folks. That's it for today. We do this Monday through Thursday. These episodes are out by 8 a.m. so that it's ready for your drive to work. We always need co-hosts. We always need interesting stories. So if you think of anything that needs to be included in this week's episode, please email us, media@fortworthroots.com, and send us that audio file. Okay. Until tomorrow, folks, we hope that you will go through today choosing love and gratitude every chance you get. Until tomorrow, good day.
Our love is nevermore. So wonderful, I'll never let go. 'Cause dreams do come true. And here comes my great day in the morning. Oh Lord, morning. My great day in the morning. Oh morning. My great day in the morning. My great day in the morning. Morning. 'Cause you got that soul.